Kanye West performed at Coachella, I want to say a week ago, late April, and he performed various songs with a Sunday service. And this was a little different approach, a great production. Kanye West is one of my favorite artists. He's been going through a lot of turmoil in the past year, as far as his derogatory comment, or he didn't have the ability to successfully articulate himself when he made slavery was a choice comment compared to 40 years of slavery. But he was really trying to distinguish the difference between physical slavery and mental slavery. And Charlamagne the Guy did a whole thing and took time out this day to interview him in California and to see where his mindset was. People, a lot of conspiracy theorists was making videos stating that, oh, well, Kanye West, he's MK Ultra. President Donald Trump visited him and he wasn't the same. He had blonde hair. He's acting crazy with a whole thing that his mother died and he hasn't been the same. He was expressing his thoughts in the Late Registration Project. But, listen to this track, man. Listen to, this is an hour and 30 minutes, a great performance. I didn't know what I was going to get, but Kanye West, man, people say he came out from that sunken place. And with the melodies and the jazz mix of this project was it was pretty much outstanding. It was absolutely amazing, man, and I really loved it. It was really great. They had a church choir there. They was really singing in tune. They were singing it just in spaces, just pretty much just really for great vibe and just energy. And it really put a smile on my face because a lot of the production was when the Watch the Throne, when he did Liftoff, featuring Beyonce and Jay-Z. And Watch the Throne was pretty much a classic album, I believe, back in 2011. When I was listening to that when I was in school, man, it really gave me great flashbacks, man. And they had Stevie Wonder as he remixed that. He remixed Jesus Walks, man. It was like ooh, boom, 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 boom. And it was just in tune. It was just, you can really feel the soul there, man. Everyone was all dressed in all white. You would think they were in a garden party, but with Kanye West, this is really very creative juices. Maybe people say he's going to go ahead and create Yandi, a next project here, but this was a very outstanding performance in Coachella. The different melodies, examples I got on my phone here. We had Jay-Z Otis, but Otis Redding. So the piano itself was really great. Everything we need. How excellent. Yeah, that the melody, man. How much I can hit that note, but that was a really great song, man. If you really was going to church, you would actually understand it. Ultralight Beam, some songs from The Life of Pablo, and Pablo was pretty much Spanish of Paul. He was really going to the teachings of Apostle Paul when he decided to turn his life for Christ when he was on his way to Damascus to persecute Christians, and Jesus Christ came into his life, man, and he wrote majority of the gospel. I remember that because that was very key, because he stated that in one of his interviews. That's the reason why he named the album Life of Pablo, just to really express himself, like just be like Paul, be Apostle Paul, and transformation in a way. And Soul to Soul was a beautiful song. Tiana Taylor never would have made it. It was just very inspirational. Fade, DMX prayer was very good. That was very uplifting as well. Reminded me when DMX was praying in the Breakfast Club. Now in the Breakfast Club, DMX was really suffering from crack addiction, and he wanted to fix his life, and he was on a show Fix My Life, and all his family members started to come together. Things that he neglected when he was pursuing his career and fame. And he was in Cradle to the Grave. He was really in great movies, man, and doing his thing. But the drugs really was a huge influence in his life, and he realized that even money doesn't really bring happiness. Not selling out is really not a great thing. What profits a man to gain the whole world but yet lose his soul? And he pretty much got rid of those concepts in his life, and he's just slowly rebuilding his life, and he's asking for the Lord for forgiveness. And throughout, he was, even though a peak of his career through gangster rap. And I think that was a really substantial thing. Kanye West collectively coming together, man, just having a choir. I don't know if it's a Chicago choir, but just really making these melodies and these songs out here to, really just spark the next move here. It's a great frequency, great thing that he's doing. Production wise, people say he's really out of the sunken place, even though he's married to Kim Kardashian. But the Clark sisters, Haya, Eternal Life, Soul to Soul, Back to Life, All of Us, As You Follow Me, Fade was a really great song, man. And it's just energetic, man, and just getting the crowd there. Pastor T.L. Barrett, Far to Stretch My Hand. So a lot of these songs were really influenced, from the life of Pablo. He did Power. And you can really say that, the Graduation album, when I was listening to I Wonder, he was talking about his dreams, and Homecoming featuring him and Chris Martin talked about he was talking about like Chicago, the Windy City, and his own perspective on how he grew up and the things that he got into, but he really started figuring out his passions and his inspirations, and he realized like I have to let go of my old habits in order for me to reach new heights in life, man. And him and Common, came from the same area, and Common wanted to talk to him. Common wanted to be there for him, and he was there, but want to hang out in the club or break out sometimes. And Kanye West decided like, hey, I'm gonna just stay in my room and make beats for the whole summer. He did, man, because he said at one point his beats was whack. So this man was very consistent, and I just think that he displayed this creativity here. Just be consistent in your work, man. I mean, he still got it. He's really great production wise. I think he is really starting to form up for himself. Really stay away from the political grain. He really felt like he was just being used as a pawn. Maybe he's waking up to his senses, and people could do to a brain injury that he had, when he through the wire. I'm surprised he didn't really remix that. That would have been so freaking amazing. But I actually might listen to that from the College Dropout. But, I mean, with this is a really excellent thing. I'm just very happy about this, man. This is really good. Even if you're not a Kanye fan, if you just really love gospel music, and the way he remixed it was just beautiful, man. It's just very little lyrics, but he had a choir into it, man. And it just really wasn't him. You want to spread positivity and love, and I just think that's what he's truly trying to get out there. I just think that music, God just blessed him with that talent to be a producer. Maybe not so much of a political activist. I don't think he really had those traits, but for the most part, the way his roots were, and his mother was was a good educator at the time, and his dad was part of the Black Panthers. I think it's in his genes to really to be creative and to spread that message, man. For African Americans, I was still pretty much held responsible for the things that he ended up doing with his father as well. So I'm not his father, but with his he had a meeting with President Trump. Yeah, so with President Trump, he was talking about just doing things with Chicago. I think he moved to Illinois anyway to do great things, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. So just check these songs out, man, please. From T.I., Far to Stretch My Hands, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Otis, Soul to Soul, Fade, Kurt Franklin, Brighter Day. It was just amazing, man. I'm surprised you had no Marvin Sapp in there. Maybe it could be a part 2 of Kanye West's Sunday service. I don't see anything demonic with this. I think Call of Uprising made a video about that. I'm gonna have to really watch the video. I was just seeing it on my timeline and see how he really definitely analyzed it. But I mean, as far as musically, melody, this is a great thing, man. So he's really come together. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. If you really enjoyed this, man, it's really on YouTube. Make sure you listen to it before they take it down. But I really enjoyed this, man. It was a pleasant thing to hear. So Kanye West, man, doing your thing. It was a beautiful thing, man. I'm out. Deuces.